I'm gonna talk a little bit about the demon rats. Okay, so let's talk about the demon rat party for a second. Let's look at what Brandon is saying today. Brandon, of course, came out and basically stated, "Look alive, Jack. Why? You just got to vote extra hard next time. All right." That's what basically he said. Where is it? Hold on. Let me find it real quick. We're going to talk about Kirsten Sinema, obviously. We're going to talk about Joe Manchin, but also... Brandon. My statement on the reported Supreme Court decision draft, Jack. We don't know if the draft is genuine or whether it reflects the final decision of the court. Look alive. With that critical caveat, I want to be clear on 3 points about the cases before the Supreme Court. First, my administration argued strongly before the court in defense of Roe v. Wade, and we said that Roe is based on a long line of precedent recognizing the 14th Amendment's concept of personal liberty against government interference with intensely personal decisions. For the record, they are going to destroy the 14th Amendment, okay? That is that's the main takeaway for the record from the Alito draft that leaked, is that anything, and I mean anything that they consider to be fucking constitutionally protected under due process, they are going to go after, which means like contraceptives, which means gay marriage, anything and everything that they could use that could be, or privacy, which fucking, good luck. That didn't really exist anyway. Like anything and everything that they can undermine, they will use, okay? Brown v. Board of Education. Again, already, our schools are already segregated, so it's like kind of weird to fucking, it's always kind of weird to have this conversation about things where I'm like, Brown v. Board of Education will be undermined or like turned around. And it's like, oh, okay, well, our schools are already segregated, for the most part, they are. They're just segregated, not directly, but in indirect ways. Just like our cities, our towns are segregated, but not directly, but in indirect ways, through redlining and through the way we even fucking build our highway infrastructure. You know what I mean? We're going to violate fucking privacy laws. Well, okay, the Patriot Act. It already fucking ripped, it lawn-dicked any kind of fucking privacy you might have had. You know what I mean? Like, same with like abortion. Oh no, like we can't have abortions in fucking red states. I'm like, motherfucker, you literally couldn't already. Republicans had already successfully undermined that. And they continue to. Voting rights, same shit. So it's like a weird situation where like they're already doing that, but then they're also basically flexing. You know what I mean? They're not only doing that, but then they're already doing it outside of the Supreme Court, but then they're like, we might as well codify this, or we might as well solidify this by using the Supreme Court, the institution of the Supreme Court, to ensure that this is what's going on. What did Chelsea say? For those of you who are just catching up, if you are able to afford it and if it's safe for you to do so, you should consider arming yourselves, then finding others to train within teams and learn how to defend your community. We may need these skills in the very near future. Okay, that's a little bit, I think, I don't know about that, Chelsea, but hey. Okay. Okay, let's get back to this. I believe a woman's right to choose is fundamental. Second, shortly after the enactment of Texas Law SB 8 and other laws restricting women's reproductive rights, I directed my Gender Policy Council and White House Counsel's Office to prepare options for the administration's response to the continued attack on abortion and reproductive rights, Jack. Okay. Third, and this is my favorite, okay? This is my favorite Brandon, okay? This is my favorite fucking Brandon. Third, if the court does overturn Roe, it will fall on our nation's elected officials at the levels of government to protect a woman's right to choose. And it will fall on voters to elect pro-choice officials this November. That's right. Look alive, Jack. You didn't vote hard enough. You need to vote harder and harder and harder. You need to vote. I'm voting so hard right now, my dick is hard. For the first time, it's like I got Viagra, Jack. Every time I vote, my dick gets even harder than it was before. Bro, this fundamentally undermines everything else that he's saying here, okay? Like, we already did. We did our job. Now it's time to do yours. You know, figure out a fucking way, dickhead. Figure out a way. I don't care. I do not care about old institutions. I do not care about rules. I do not care about the law. I do not care about trying to create a system where you are like operating under the pretense that you are actually being fair and balanced. Just get it done. Be like Republicans, okay? Be like Republicans. They don't need fucking the majority. They don't need to win. They don't need to do anything. They just get it done. They have successfully taken over state legislatures all across the fucking country and literally run through gerrymandered districts, literally run every fucking state governance. So they can turn around and go, hey, you know, we should do states' rights again. What is wrong with you? What is wrong that you're like, come on, Jack, we got to vote even harder? How are you going to get people to go out and vote for you again while you are literally in power? And there are already like neoliberals rushing to defend this. There are already neoliberals rushing to defend this and fucking turning around and being like, yeah, he's right. Fuck you. It's your fault. It's our fault. We didn't vote hard enough. Like, I voted, dumbass. What do you want? I did. I voted. I door knocked. I fucking keep getting ass blasted from the DNC for my crime of fucking maxing out the Bernie Sanders. So now they're like, literally, Nancy Pelosi's got my fucking line, dude. Holy shit. Constantly like, Hasan, please, I'm begging you. I'm desperate, okay? I've been a bad little girl. You need to give me some money, wumpies, okay? Please. Please. Every fucking day. Every goddamn day, I'm getting fucking blasted. It's Nancy. I'm in Ukraine right now. Please give me some money. Shut the fuck up, Nancy Pelosi. Anyway. Third, if the court does overturn Roe v. Wade, you need to vote hard, Jack, and you need to vote harder than you ever had before. All right? So that's where we're at. That's where the fuck we're at now. You got to just vote even harder. Nancy Findom erotica? No, for real, dude. Nancy Pelosi does Findom like no other. Oh my Lord. I mean, I guess she does it unsuccessfully because I'm not giving her any money and I'm never going to give her money. And every time she emails me, I'm like, when will you guys die? You're all so fucking old. Just go away. So we can like refresh the fucking political pool with new talent. Even though all of the fucking people that are coming into power are also like Pete Buttigieg style freaks too. So it's not like, you know, we're getting any good new talent out there. We got like 6. So yeah, at the federal level, we will need more pro-choice senators, dude. What is it? When will it stop? Is it going to be okay when we have? Are we going to have enough when we have 100 pro-choice senators? Is that when? I guess you know you can't because you can't have a filibuster-proof majority because then you're going to have enough people in the Democratic Party that say, "Well, I don't know about this abortion stuff." You know. Because we did have that. We had a filibuster-proof majority back in the day, and nothing happened. Bro, this is negative as hell. Listen to Biden. Yeah, no, listen to Biden. Vote harder. Vote harder, guys. I mean, I'm still going to keep fucking voting, but it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to also tell you, like, literally, it fucking doesn't matter. Because it doesn't. They're proving that it doesn't. By saying, while you're in power, you got to vote even harder than you ever did before, you're showing that, like, it doesn't matter. You know who it does matter if you vote for? Republicans. Because they're fighting. They're putting the team on their goddamn back. Even when they're losing, they're still winning. Why? Because they care about the interests of some of the most psychotic people in their fucking base. They're so desperate to build any kind of winning coalition that they will literally go and fucking feed into the QAnon people. Meanwhile, on the other side, Democrats won't even listen to the reason-tempered political interest that, like, the broad majority of American working class people want. It's not even a one-to-one comparison. On the one hand, you have the extreme right that's literally fucking saying, that Joe Biden has half-eaten babies in a basement, okay, somewhere in a tunnel system under the fucking Capitol Hill. On the other hand, you have extreme leftists like myself saying we should have a single-payer healthcare system that brings us up to the same level as other much poorer OECD nations. That could be cool, I think. And it's these two things are extreme, and we can't have it. We can't have it happen. Wouldn't voting for Hillary would have prevented most of this? Oh, totally, dude. It's so hard. Except I already did, so it didn't work that way anyway. You have to, at a certain level, realize that putting Hillary Clinton forward as the main person and backing Hillary Clinton with all the might of the DNC and all the might of the institutions and all the liberal media that worked alongside said institutions were 1,000,000% a failure. Okay? People want to so desperately be and the people that I like are not responsible for this, so it must be the Bernie bros. You know what I mean? Hillary Clinton, by the way, whose VP pick was literally anti-choice. So there's that too. And still lost. Anyway, let's watch what Biden is saying now. People say oh, wouldn't this wouldn't have happened if Hillary Clinton won. Dog, Biden is the president right now. Ain't shit changed. Republicans are still the Republican Party and liberals are still feckless. How are you going to turn around and be well, what about Hillary Clinton in 2016?
President, did it do away with the filibuster to codify Roe?
I'm not prepared to make those judgments now about, but I think the codification of Roe makes a lot of sense. Look, think what Roe says. Roe says what all basic mainstream religions have historically concluded, that the existence of a human life and being is a question. Is it at the moment of conception? Is it 6 months? Is it 6 weeks? Is it quickening like Aquinas argued? I mean, so the idea that we're going to make a judgment that is going to say that no one can make the judgment to choose to abort a child based on a decision by the Supreme Court, I think goes way overboard.
Thank you guys.
I think the way they're saying Hillary win, she would have been able to appoint the SCOTUS. I think, I know what they're saying, dude. I know, and I recognize that, which is why I wanted to vote for, and I wanted others to vote for Hillary Clinton. At the very least, not vote for Donald Trump. But that doesn't matter because the people that are significantly more powerful than myself are the ones who put Hillary Clinton up to the fucking task, and she failed spectacularly. So people that are fucking turning around and trying to shit on Bernie Sanders don't recognize that there are significantly more powerful people that played a fundamental role in that defeat, okay? In that historic defeat. It's not the random shit posters on the fucking internet, too. I don't give a fuck. I know it probably makes you feel better. I know it probably makes you feel good about yourself when you're oh, it must be the shit posters. They're the reason. It's the people that make me feel bad because they have ideas that I claim to care about but don't actually want to follow through on because I'm indifferent ultimately. Anyway, but hey, listen, it's your fault if you're a Bernie bro. It's your fault that Hillary Clinton fucking didn't go to Wisconsin, It's your fault. Sorry. It's just the truth, boys. So here, and by the way, there was a literal fucking time when we did have a filibuster-proof majority, but then the same exact problems persisted because these are institutional hurdles that we have built for ourselves. And by we, I mean the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party will always find a rotating villain. The Democratic Party will always find some reason why they can't push for change that they promised, okay? Here, this is Barack Obama, okay? Bardock, no bummer, okay? Obabe. Barack Hussein Obama in July 17, 2007, talking about Roe v. Wade.
What would you do at the federal level, not only to ensure access to abortion, but to make sure that the judicial nominees that you will inevitably be able to pick are true to the core tenets of Roe v. Wade?
Well, the first thing I'd do as president is sign the Freedom of Choice Act. That's the first thing that I'd do. Now,
Hold on. Is that the first thing he's doing as president? Let's take a look. Hold on 1 second. What happened immediately after he became president? Hold on. Hold on. No. Wait, what?
the Freedom of Choice Act is not my highest legislative priority. I believe that women should have the right to choose, but I think that the most important thing we can do to tamp down some of the anger surrounding this issue is to focus on those areas that we can agree on, and that's where I'm going to focus.
What would you do?
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I guess it wasn't his priority. Yeah. Let me tell you what else wasn't his fucking priority, okay? Let me tell you what else. I thought Obama was one vote shy of a filibuster-proof majority. Dude, no, that's the point. No. Just like we're not 1 or 2 votes shy of a majority, we have a majority right now. Obama was not 1 vote shy of a filibuster-proof majority. He wasn't. He had it. He just couldn't whip hard enough. Okay? That's the point. And you're missing what I'm trying to say. My point is, they will always find some reason to say they simply cannot do it. Okay? They simply cannot get shit done because there's always someone within the Democratic Party's ranks that are going to play the role of spoiler. And under Obama, it was Joe Lieberman. Okay? And under Obama's vice president, now president, Brandon, okay, Joseph Robinette Brandon, it's Joe Manchin. There's no world in which you watch the Republican Party literally be the minority party and fail to fucking win a majority of voters, turn around and actively change legislation at the state level and actively and fundamentally change American society at the Supreme Court, completely sidestepping the halls of Congress, and then turn around and be like, well, Democrats just don't have 50 people. Oh, if only we had 60 people, we could do it. And then it's like, well, even when we had 60 people, we still couldn't do it. Why? What are we doing? Are you fucking stupid? Are you dumb? I mean, you must be. You must be really fucking stupid if you legitimately keep getting duped by the Democratic Party over and over again. It's not in their interest. The point is, for people who are saying, well, this is because Ted Kennedy died or something, it doesn't matter. They would have found another person then. If it wasn't Joe Lieberman, it would have been someone else. And just like if it wasn't Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, there's already 12 other senators that would take on the role of the spoiler. What is wrong with you? How do you not see that? How do you not understand? It's called a rotating villain for that reason, because the fundamental approach for the Democratic Party is to not change anything. Because there's Maggie Hassan and so many other fucking senators and even congresspersons in the House of Representatives, if they really wanted to go buck wild, that would halt progress from happening. Okay? I mean, here, look at that. Look at my man, Joe Manchin right now. We don't need Planned Parenthood, studentsforlife.org. I stand with Planned Parenthood. Like I said, play both sides. Always. So you always come out on top. And let me tell you a little bit more about Obama, okay? So, as a friend of the show, my old coworker, Dan from the internet, Dan from the web says, Obama promised to make Roe v. Wade law when campaigning in 2007. People depended on him. He then said protecting abortion rights wasn't a priority. Then Republicans took power back, and it was too late. Republicans hate you. Democrats fail you, right? Not only that, but he also fucking literally failed to get Ruth Bader Ginsburg to retire. He failed to get Breyer to retire. Luckily, we were able to do that this time around. Holy fuck, that would have been even I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that much worse because it doesn't matter. There's a supermajority anyway. Okay. And then on top of that, he passed an executive order while he was trying to fucking push through, Obamacare, where he recommitted in an executive order that he was committed to preserving the Hyde Amendment, the policy which restricts federal funds for abortion within the context of recent healthcare legislation. So, like, miss me with this bullshit, okay? Sorry. It's just not, it's not real. This is not real. Now, obviously, Republicans are still the fucking demons on this equation, but at a certain point, like, you got to fucking try to clean your own house a little bit, right? So I agree, but what is the solution here? If the Dems fail us and the Republicans are the devil, what can we do to actually get our rights back and solidified? I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know. I have no, we're powerless, okay? And I'm just telling you the truth. So I understand why people like Chelsea turn around and say, like, you know, fucking get a gun and protect yourself and protect your communities, like learn how to protect yourself. Because we are fucked. We're straight fucked. The only thing you can do is organize in your communities, make sure that you organize in your workplace, make sure that you have like some kind of fucking labor power to push back and actually have some kind of power to fucking make the Democratic Party do our bidding, okay? Become powerful, because the people do not have power at this point. It's only corporations that have power, okay? Hassan, 2 years ago, I love reform and incrementalism. I still love reform and incrementalism, okay? But it doesn't fucking matter. And the reality is, we are never going to accelerate towards this worker revolution that you believe that we're going to accelerate towards. We are simply accelerating towards fascism, okay? Part of the reason is because the people are too fat to care. The people are too fucking well-fed to care. Even in a country with food deserts, even in a country where like there are people who are, not eating properly, they're still too fat to legitimately resort to a violent revolution. And even if there was ever sort of like a violent revolution, it would be on behalf of, like you saw in January 6th, on behalf of a fascist administration. So shut the fuck up. There isn't enough volatility for the people to fucking rise up, and there is certainly no infrastructure for the people to rise up in an appropriate manner, okay? And direct their frustrations and anger and vitriol in the appropriate systemic problems, towards the appropriate systemic issues, okay? That's why we keep like even fucking dumbass leftists on Twitter, which is like nothing. I mean, they're inconsequential. They cry about like their fucking favorite TV shows or something, or they cry about me fucking buying shit, because there's nowhere to like direct your anger towards. So you just direct your anger towards like idiotic shit that is completely inconsequential. Now, what I think we could do in this situation, because we are powerless, but if we were to do something, anything, I mean, obviously, you need to abolish the filibuster. That's it. You need to abolish the filibuster and codify Roe v. Wade. And that's not going to happen because, here it is, Republicans and Joe Manchin block Senate bill to secure abortion rights. And if it's not Joe Manchin, you got Kyrsten Sinema. And if it's not Kyrsten Sinema, you got Maggie Hassan and like 8 other fucking senators that will come out and be that person. Okay? Now, protests are going to happen, and a lot of protests are going to happen all around the country, and we're going to take a look at them. And it's understandable that people are going to be upset, and it's understandable that people are going to take to the fucking streets. But ultimately, that's nothing. It's inconsequential because we have no power. The police will destroy those protests if it ever got out of hand. If there was any sort of significant threat to the lives or livelihood of like these, members of Congress that are significantly, like, that are just undermining your civil liberties. If anything happened to Supreme Court justices, you would be punished for it severely. You have no method of fighting back. The only method of fighting back that you could have is your productive capabilities as a worker in the workforce. But unfortunately, in the United States of America, unlike any other fucking country in comparable OECD nations, you have no way of organizing and showcasing the amount of power that you may have. People love to talk about like, oh man, we're going to do a general strike. We're going to do a general strike. Like, you can't do a fucking general strike without actual, labor unions. It's not a thing. The amount of fucking work that needs to take place before you do anything like that is tremendous. You do not understand what it takes. You're just, you're unfortunately just fucking thinking about it like you're mythologizing it. And people say I'm a doomer, but I'm sorry, man. I'm a fucking realistic person. I'm telling you what can be done, but the steps towards that revolve around organizing, and it's not an immediate thing. What is this? This is the energy every single Democrat is supposed to be bringing. And the filibuster, codify Roe. Yeah, dude, remember? Dude, it was awesome when Elizabeth Warren was the Democrat, dude. Yeah. The farmers' protest worked in India. Dog, did you just compare a fucking million communist farmers with a party infrastructure that is literally designed to do mass protests like that to America's pathetic fucking labor organizing? Are you insane? It's not even, I don't want to say pathetic labor organizing, because the unfortunate reality is like American workers are victims to capital destroying any semblance of organizing. But you're fucking insane if you think that that's a comparison, dude. Yeah, Indian communist trade unions are not comparable to fucking the little shred of fucking labor mobilization that America is capable of doing. This guy said they aren't communists. Like, there you go. This is the reason. This is a good reason and a good example of like where people's attitudes lie in this situation. Motherfucker said they're not communists. Like, what are you, gatekeeping Indian communists now? Is that what you're doing? It's a sock them party, Lamau. I want to fucking die, okay? I want to fucking die in a video game instead of dealing with pathetic losers who learned and did not actually learn what social democrats are until literally this past year and think social democracy is neoliberalism anyway. Holy fuck, dude. You do not know what social democrats are. South African students protested for over 3 years to get free public college tuition. It only lasted that long and was successful because the students couldn't afford it and had nothing left to lose. Americans are too comfortable to care, and very sad but accurate take. Yeah, exactly. They're flying the center of Indian trade unions, flying the famous flag of social democracy in their logo. You know, the social democracy flag of, These are the same fucking dickheads who were like, actually. Actually, we should really stop using the hammer and sickle. Optically speaking, it's terrible. It's like, yeah, dude, shut the fuck up. How about you shut your stupid fucking dumbass Westoid Angloid fucking ass up, okay? How about that? Goddamn idiot. You don't even know what a fucking social democrat is, okay? Like, you're LARPing as like a European social democrat, which is hilarious because most European social democrats are unfortunately fucking neoliberals. Because, when there are real fucking socialist and communist parties that exist in said countries, you have to like still be like, I'm close to the center. Those guys aren't real social democrats. They are fucking literally neoliberals that are just LARPing as social democrats. But like, we're in America anyway, so shut the fuck up. What is this? If you are Dem and you're dunking on Pelosi or Schumer or Biden tonight because of a naive view of Washington power dynamics, educate yourself about gerrymandering, the filibuster, and the separation of powers, and then go commit to Blue Wave 2020. Yeah, educate yourself. Which, by the way, of course, like, you know, who is capable of doing anything towards Washington power dynamics about gerrymandering, the filibuster, and the separation of powers? Oh, those guys that you mentioned, right? That's what they're supposed to do. What is this? Why do Democrats just want Democrats to win for no reason other than like Democrats winning? It's just like you just want Democrats to win because you want your team to win, right? That's what it is, right? At a certain point, if you're like openly stating that like Democrats winning do not change the power dynamics in Washington, sweaty, you should learn about it, then why the fuck should Democrats win then? Like, what the fuck? Democrats are currently winning. Democrats are not losing right now. They are winning. They won. We did our job. We went out and we fucking voted, okay? And Democrats won. So why isn't anything happening? If you're an average American, why the fuck would you ever in a million years tune back into politics after seeing this shit? Why? Why would, like, what are you supposed to do? Vote harder? What do you mean? What am I supposed to do? Is there supposed to be 100 fucking Democratic senators? Is that when it's going to be, you know, 100% of certainty that we're going to fucking have pro-choice politics?
I am angry.
Angry and upset?
Angry and upset and determined. The United States Congress can keep Roe versus Wade the law of the land. They just need to do it.
I've never seen you so angry. You seem to be...
This is what the Republicans have been working toward this day for decades. They have been out there plotting, carefully cultivating these Supreme Court justices.
Thank you, DM your takes for the 10 gifted subs.
So they could have a majority on the bench who would accomplish something that the majority of Americans do not want. 69% of people across this country, red states and blue states, old people and young people, want Roe versus Wade to maintain as the law of the land. We need to...
Look at that guy. Owned. You want to dismember children. Fucking owned, dude. God, I love fucking freaks, dude. God damn it, I love the Republicans so much. Just straight up living literally in fantasy land, okay? That dude is mentally ill, okay? No help for that guy. No shot. And you have a fucking party and a media apparatus that feeds into that mental illness and keeps telling him, like, you're right. All of your crazy ideas are actually true. Democrats are eating babies and dismembering children. Keep doing it. They're like tugging at their fucking strings a little bit. Like, yeah. Get a gun and go to the abortion clinic. Do it now. And then on the other side, you have liberals who are like, oh, everybody likes Roe v. Wade. What's going on? It's just, you know, we're weaponizing mental illness on the Republican side. Meanwhile, the Democrats are just like, oh no, our institutions are crumbling. Oh no. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
And we have a right. Extremists, we've heard enough.
Like, that guy is literally one activation from a Fed away from shooting up a fucking, abortion clinic and then getting caught in the process before he shoots it up. Straight up. That dude right there in the background screeching, "You're dismembering children," is literally about to be in the local news when the FBI finds him trying to fucking put Tenorite behind the local abortion clinic, okay? And then, of course, that will be flubbed. That will be a terror plot that has been thwarted. because, you know, the FBI was the one who supplied him with the fucking Tannerite.
From the extremists, and we're tired of it. Thank you.
Senator, does this open the door for any constitutional rights?
Not tear apart white dudes so that's a mental health issue. No. They're doing that too. Come on. The Governor Gretchen Whitmer case is a perfect example. Anyway, clearly this was Bernie's fault. Get educated. Obviously, you're a masquerading leftist who's misinforming us to break our organizational efforts and discourage us from seeing the 60-second ad break at the top of the hour. It's honestly very messed up. Fuck you. You're right though. I am a leftist spy to thwart democracy and like ruin the beautiful efforts of the Democratic Party and doing what exactly nobody knows. Oh yeah, the Supreme Court also confirmed the draft opinion on Roe v. Wade being real, by the way, earlier today, so that's important. Just like I am confirming at the top of the hour ad break is upon us. If you no longer want to see those ads, of course, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or you can do for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you would get one free Prime subscription a month. Get gifted a sub. You can also avoid it, but not everyone is lucky. So by subscribing personally. Thank you, Spider from Mars, for the 5 gifted subs. Okay, this is actually inspiring graphic. Thanks to get people in the chat to vote. What? I'm the cat man. What is this? Pokemon Go to the polls. Ballot box. Okay, anarchist, calm down. All right. Oh, hold on. Let's watch the rest of this. What is this? Dude, are you showing me this because I like, do you want me to die, dude? Husband and father of 3 awesome kids, representing NY18 in Congress, DCCC chair. And if you're angry about this, please know this is not someone else's work alone. It's your work too. We need you, and now here's how to help. Let me tell you something. Okay? This isn't it. Okay? Do not waste a single fucking dollar on these demons. Waste all of your dollars on reproductive health services in purple states and in red states. Okay? Like, don't give a fucking single dollar to the Democratic Party. Are you fucking insane? Yeah, let's give the DCCC another. Let's give the DCCC some money. Why? Oh yeah, you know, so they can go and fucking, I don't know, with Jim Clyburn and Nancy Pelosi can go to Texas and defend Henry Cuellar's 9th fucking run. You know, against Jessica Cisneros, who literally used to be Henry Cuellar's intern, who's running against him as a 28-year-old progressive woman, and the Democratic Party, the establishment Democrats, are literally still supporting Henry Cuellar for some fucking reason. Why, I wonder? Even though he's anti-choice, by the way. What's up? What's up with that? What's going on, dude? Huh? What's happening? Why should I give the DCCC a single fucking dime when this is what's going on? Nancy Pelosi affirms support for U.S. Representative Henry Cuellar after FBI raid, primary runoff birth. Why? Why would the establishment Democrats aggressively support Henry Cuellar instead of a 28-year-old progressive who was not investigated by the FBI for potential wrongdoing with, I don't know, some foreign investments from Azerbaijan? Why? Why is it that, you know, we have to make sure that this guy who's been fucking, you know, the most conservative fucking Democrat in the country, when his 10th fucking term. That's what you get when you fucking, you know, funnel funds into the DCCC, dude. It's awesome. It's great. I support my incumbents, Pelosi said during an unrelated news conference in Austin. I support every one of them, from the right to left. That is what we do. Cuellar, a centrist Democrat, is not a centrist Democrat, by the way, he's a right-winger, is in the runoff against Jessica Cisneros, the progressive challenger who ran against him in 2020 and lost by a small margin. In the lead-up to that primary, Pelosi visited Laredo and campaigned for Cuellar, which she did not do this time. The FBI raid, which happened in January, continues to loom over Cuellar's re-election bid. The FBI has not said what it's investigating, and Cuellar has denied any wrongdoing. Yeah. He's a literal fascist. He's probably closer to Reagan than Bernie. Yeah, he's great. Look at this tweet before that calling us stupid. Democrats, we're angry and hurt. I know, but it's not about filibuster, size of the court, or what the Senate hasn't passed. It's about Republicans, not us. We can save our freedoms, but it's November, stupid. Yeah, dude. It's not about the fucking, it's not about the size, it's the motion of the ocean, dude. Except it's not even about the motion of the ocean. Like, this is giving the game away. Okay? You're giving the game away when you do this. You're basically saying, like, vote for us for no other reason other than just vote for us, stupid. Give us money, you fucking stupid idiot. Give us money. Give us money so we win elections. Will we do anything when we win those elections? I mean, we've won elections right now, but we're not doing anything with that. And you're going to get a whole bunch of that exact same shit over and over again, but just shut the fuck up and vote. Just shut up and vote. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. She supports the incumbent unless it's a Kennedy running against them. I mean, to be fair, in the Kennedy situation, it was Ed Markey who was an incumbent in the Senate, and Kennedy was Kennedy was a representative trying to become a senator. Except, it's still bullshit, and she doesn't give a fuck. And the answers for that were absolutely bullshit. I think you're misinterpreted the message. He's stressing the importance of us getting our blue asses out there on November and vote like never before. What do you mean vote like never before? How do you look to the situation and go, oh man, it's just because like I didn't vote fucking hard enough, dude. I didn't vote hard enough. That's why this is happening. Fucking idiots, dude. I mean, these people are no different than how fucking... I mean, these are troglodytes, okay? They happen to be on the right side in some issues, but they're just fucking troglodytes. I mean, you're no different than the fucking mouth-breathing Republican who's just angry every goddamn night and doesn't know what he's fucking angry at, so he just chooses to be angry at, like, gay people existing because that's what Fox News is telling him to direct their anger towards. You're just a mouth-breathing... You're like a sea cucumber. You have nothing. You're like, we vote. We just keep voting. You voted. You voted already. You did it. Congratulations. And now you need to vote harder. I guess. It's just so fucking crazy. Vote until we have a supermajority. But even then, like, even when we did have a supermajority, it didn't work and it didn't matter. But hey, just keep voting, please. Please. Scoop, we obtained a memo from Senate GOP's campaign arm laying out how lawmakers and candidates can maximize their messaging around the leaked SCOTUS draft decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Let me guess. And that is going to be hyper-focus on the leaker. Be compassionate, consensus builder on abortion policy. While people have many different views on abortion policy, Americans are compassionate people who want to welcome every new baby into the world. No, I don't. I don't. Especially if your baby is going to turn into a Republican one day, in which case, abort it, okay, ahead of time. Expose Democrats for the extreme views they hold. Extreme views that the Democrats hold in this situation is literally fucking protecting Roe v. Wade and women's right to choose what to do to their own fucking bodies, by the way. Extreme is what the Republican position is, and it always has been, okay? Forcefully refute Democrat lies regarding GOP positions on abortion and women's health care. What the fuck are the lies? Anyway, great stuff. And Republicans are in unison, of course, attacking those things, for the record. Yeah, this lady, I don't know who the fuck Amanda Duarte is, but yeah, this was a fucking fun little tweet. Where is it? I do wonder how these white supremacist lawmakers would feel if their little white daughters were raped and impregnated by a black man. This is like, I mean, 1488 level fucking tweeting right there. There's your straight racism. This is the most racist fucking thing I've seen. Like, I literally just, this is the type of shit that would make like a Klansman be like, I don't know if you should be saying that out loud. You know what I mean? Like, that's, like, she really popped off on that one. It was fire. Really, really cool. Like, the level of racism demonstrated in this one is wow. And I think she deleted it and then literally fucking deleted her Twitter after. Which is pretty funny. But also, let me describe something. Let me tell you why this is good. Because that person is you know, that person is a psycho, right? But this is what I meant when I said white feminists love abortion. Okay? It's not good. No. Listen. Eyes on the prize. White feminists love abortion, okay? And when you got white feminists on your side, you could potentially make a lasting change on policy. Okay? That's all I'm saying. You got these people who are like just straight white power Karens out here, also, you know, fucking arguing against, you know, these abortion laws. And, you know, that militancy is a necessity. The lesser of two evil amount. I mean, dude, that's a straight racist ass, white supremacist ass bullshit right there. But that was what I was saying with respect to, like, you know, how it's true though. Lots of MTG types would be rushing their daughters to a hospital rather than let their child. Oh my God. Did you see the pro-life dude climbing the Salesforce tower? Wasn't even wearing a safety harness, which is so hardcore given his cause. Yeah, I mean, we know that already. Biden's response to yours, I swear, dude, is so demoralizing. How the hell do we do more here? I mean, there's nothing you can do in this situation. What do you want me to lie to you? Yeah, here, I'll tell you. Vote harder, okay? Fucking vote harder, chat. You didn't vote hard enough. What you can do in this situation is things I can't say, okay? That's it. Like, I can't. I have no say in this process, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I can't say anything. Okay? I can't. I don't want to fucking be deplatformed. I don't want to lose, you know, everything I have. I can't. And also, on top of that, like, I don't even know if that is going to be helpful in the situation. But if I speak, I am in big trouble. Here, let's listen to Supreme Court confirming the draft opinion.
This is back with a statement from the court. Pete?
The Supreme Court is basically confirming that this is a real leak. And it's also announcing that the Chief Justice has directed the court's marshal, who is the top.
The real solution is for you to spend more time attacking Democrats. That helps. Dude, you are fucking brain dead, my dude. You are fucking so personally, horrifyingly brain dead. What happened, dude? Every Democrat is like a victim of a fucking massive traffic accident. The way that they approach politics is like, did you get in a car crash? Is that what's going on? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get better. What do I always say? Show me the fucking pay stub. Show me the pay stub. If you are currently working at the behest of the DNC, show me the pay stub. I mean, I'll still shit on you because you're an immoral piece of shit, but show me the pay stub. Are you a DNC employee? Because if you're defending the Democratic Party's malfeasance, its negligence, its malpractice, at this stage, you're a fucking psycho. You're the biggest cuck I've ever seen in my entire life. I want the Democratic Party to be more like Republicans, okay? Not in the way that they, you know, not in ideologically, obviously, but in the way that the Republican Party actually gets shit done. Why can't the Democrats fucking get shit done? Why? Oh, our infallible institutions, like, oh, we must defend them. Like, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. Shut the fuck up. I don't think promoting voter apathy is helping either. Dude, I am a political commentator with very limited influence, okay? Very limited influence on the internet. If you think that I can create voter apathy, but the Democratic Party's fucking malpractice in the face of so much injustice, when they have both the fucking Senate and the Congress and the White House, you are fucking fundamentally broken. You are the reason why the Democratic Party keeps fucking losing voters, okay? You're an idiot. I'm sorry. You're a fucking dumbass. And that's probably why you think like Bernie is the reason for 2016 or some shit. You know what I mean? Because people didn't suck it the fuck up and like want to vote for a historically unpopular Democratic candidate that the establishment Democrat thought was a shoo-in. Shut the fuck up. My point is exactly this. We need to clean our fucking house, dude. Okay? I've been voting for the Democratic Party for far too fucking long. We need to clean the house. We need to fix it. We need to get Democrats to do something. And they're never going to do anything because they don't care. Because they have idiots like you and your fucking dumbass, idiotic, blue and on parents who fucking watch Rachel Maddow and freak the fuck out every night when they see like, I don't know, Cyrillic messaging somewhere. They're like, ugh! They have a fucking aneurysm. They're like, Russia! They're no different than the Republicans in that respect. They're just like accidentally on the right side when it comes to like aesthetically backing not murdering gay people on the fucking streets. That's it. Okay? That's it. You're a fucking idiot. Stop defending the Democratic Party. You're a fucking dumbass. I get why the Democratic Party is operating in the way that it does. Because there's cucks like you in the fucking voter base that don't give a shit. They're going to fucking end up voting no matter what. They're going to vote. They're going to vote. They're going to vote harder. They're going to vote harder. And then they're going to yell at motherfuckers like me who do end up voting, but still are like, hey, can you do something for once? Can you like actually do something? Can we just get anything done, please? Can we have like one campaign promise? One. Okay? Because Republicans aren't even winning and they're still fucking pushing their agenda. Okay? Republicans are losing and they're still able to fucking spear dick their nefarious, horrible, violent agenda. Meanwhile, you're out here defending the Democratic Party who just can't get anything done. Oh man, fuck, dude, it's crazy. It's just because we only have 50 senators, dude. If we only had like, oh fuck, if we only had 60. Oh wait, when we did have 60 under Obama, we still couldn't get anything done because then, we have Joe Lieberman. Oh, shut up. You're so unrealistic. You're so unrealistic. No, I'm not advocating to abstain from voting, okay? Because I don't know any other way of like forcing the Democratic Party to actually do the bidding of the citizens that vote for the Democratic Party. I don't know. Other than labor militancy, okay? Other than organizing, there is no fucking way. And if you look at the Black Lives Matter protests as an indication, it doesn't even matter if in the absence of like actual labor organizing, when you have protests in the streets and you fucking burn down police stations or whatever the fuck, you still don't get change done, okay? Because the Democratic Party still doesn't care. Jim Clyburn will come out and literally be like, BLM protests are the reason why we're fucking losing, okay? That's it. The only way to get anything done historically under a bourgeois dictatorship has been through labor militancy. That's it. That's the only way. Look at that. Look at what happened with the Black Lives Matter protests. Did we get anything? Immediately, what did the Democratic Party do in the aftermath of the Black Lives Matter protests? What did they do? First thing that they did was not listen to the interests of the people in the streets, okay? And find a way to shift attention and immediately fucking, commodify the BLM stuff and then create their own counter to the demands, right? And the counters were what? 8 can't wait. Okay, it was basically federalizing, chokehold bans, and that still didn't pass. That did not pass. They failed to pass that, and now they're giving cops more money. They literally created a concession before they even got to the table, and then they couldn't even pass that, and they're fucking increasing police funding. So tell me, what have they done? Even when you march, even when you fucking raise cities, okay, when you burn them to the ground like the way that Republicans think is happening, there's nothing going on. They're not going to do anything. They're going to tell you to shut the fuck up. Okay? I don't know what to do other than just fucking, I hate this, but it's the truth. You know, just specifically hyper-focus on wherever you can and do community organizing, help in your communities wherever you can. This is so decentralized, it's so fucking anarchist, but it's just the truth. It's the unfortunate, like, short-term solution. As Felix Biederman of Chapo Trap House always says, like, the expectation now is for every fucking person that lives in a city with, like, severe homelessness is to be a social worker on their fucking trek to work. That's it. You see a homeless person there, you gotta, like, if they're fucking yelling at you or trying to spit on you or whatever the fuck, you just have to, like, avoid and try to help them a little bit. That's your job now. That's like what you are supposed to do, because there's no systemic solution. There will never be a systemic solution. It's too complex. It would hurt the profit motive for homeowners, like, you know what I mean? And that's a really big vehicle for investment for a lot of Americans. Okay? So you just have to do that. You literally have to be a social worker when you see a homeless person, because there's no other solution to it. You have to avoid them eating trash and stuff and act like that's not happening. Look the other way, okay? And just like that, the same thing for abortions and the same thing for everything else that's going on currently, okay? You have to do basically that. You have to just fucking help as many people as you possibly can. Why should we honestly keep voting for these people? Like, actually, because the alternative is even worse, okay? Because when the Republicans fucking win, they push for even worse shit. So I don't have anything. I just don't have anything. I don't have any. It's all you can. It's the most important, least important thing you can do, okay? It's the most consequential, least important thing you can do. But it doesn't matter, because even when you vote for them, the Republicans still win. Unpause. Here you go.
Enforcement official in the court to investigate what happened. Let me read to you the full text of a brief statement that the chief just put out. He says, to the extent this betrayal of the confidences of the court was intended to undermine the integrity of our operations, it will not succeed. The work of the court will not be affected in any way. He says, we at the court are blessed to have a workforce, permanent employees and law clerks alike, intensely loyal to the institution and dedicated to the rule of law. Court employees have an exemplary and important tradition of respecting the confidentiality of the judicial process and upholding the trust of the court. This was a singular and egregious breach of that trust. And
so the breach of that trust. I don't care if the Supreme Court crumbles into the fucking ground, okay? I do not care if the Supreme Court burns to the goddamn ground, all right? I don't care.
That is an affront to the court and the community of public servants who work here. And then he says, in conclusion, I have directed the marshal of the court to launch an investigation into the source of the leak. That's the Chief Justice, John Roberts, speaking. You're looking at him now. File video of him presiding over one of the Trump impeachment trials. But this is a confirmation, Andrea, that this was, in fact, a leak. I mean, one of the problems with the court not saying whether it was going to have an investigation is they certainly wouldn't investigate a non-leak. So the fact that they are investigating this is, in essence, their confirmation that this really was a leak.
I don't care. They're like cutting so many...
Chief White House correspondent.
Okay, here we go. How this can affect millions.
Dan Abrams. And Cecilia, let me begin with you. Shocking for the country, shocking for this White House.
Yeah, George, exactly. Now, look, the president just released a statement, so let me tell you what he is saying. He says, quote, we do not know whether this draft is genuine or whether it reflects the final decision of the court, but he says he believes that a woman's right to choose is fundamental and that if the court does overturn Roe that this will fall on elected officials to protect a woman's right to choose. He is looking ahead right now to those midterms in November, saying voters are going to have to elect pro-choice officials, and he wants Congress to codify Roe v. Wade into law. But that effort, as we know, is currently stalled on Capitol Hill. Look, it is tough to overstate just how seismic this news here is here in Washington. You've got conservatives who are opposed to abortion rights praising this decision while blasting the leak itself and calling for an investigation into how this document got out.
What a bunch of freaks, by the way. Like, holy shit, dude. All I see are fucking failed abortions every time I see these dumb motherfuckers running around, like, pushing for this shit. Oh, my Lord, dude.
You've got Democrats sounding the alarm, saying the breach doesn't even begin to compare with what's at stake. You've got Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer out with a scathing statement this morning. George, they are saying the Supreme Court is poised to inflict the greatest restriction of rights in the past 50 years, not just on women, but on all Americans.
Okay, Dan, take everybody behind the scenes here. These draft opinions are written all the time, likely after oral arguments dated February 10th. This is the way the justices do their work.
Correct. They first have a meeting, a conference, where they decide sort of where do they basically stand. Then someone's assigned to write the opinion. In this case, it would be Justice Alito. That opinion is then distributed for discussion. Now, it is more than just oh, hey, this is something I was thinking about. This is Justice Alito's initial draft opinion based on that conference, based on these agreements and understandings about who's on which side. But there certainly have been cases where justices have changed their side, that alliances have shifted, but it is unusual. So expect to see the language change for certain from what we see here, but don't likely expect to see the numbers change, although it's possible.
Terry Moran, the missing man here, Chief Justice John Roberts, of course.
What about the strategic failure of the DNC by not having RBG resign under Obama so they could codify Roe while also nominating another justice? Yes. No, I said that already. It's fucking insane. If I only... Susan Sarandon, I hope you're happy. If I only hadn't voted for Susan Sarandon. Yeah, I mean, I did. I voted for Susan Sarandon, too. So, bye. Dude, it's the same fucking concept. It's like hating Jane Fonda. Like, I'll never forgive you, Jane Fonda. Hanoi Jane, fuck you. Like, it's liberals are just as fucking reactionary and just as stupid. Just because they're liberals doesn't mean that they're like somehow smart, okay? Just remember that.
Of course, some would think that maybe he would be trying to work behind the scenes to alter that opinion to see.
They're going to blame Bernie Bros soon? What do you mean? They already been blaming Bernie Bros.
If he could shift one of the five to a slightly different position.
That's right, and there may have been indications that he was trying to do that. That's one of the theories as to who might have leaked this. But Chief Justice Roberts has been an institutionalist. He doesn't want the court to take giant steps rewriting constitutional law and transforming life in America. He thinks that will damage the court's credibility. The conservatives say Roe is wrong and needs to go.
Dan, if this does hold, if there are 5 votes to overturn Roe v. Wade, it's going to accelerate a process in the country that we're already seeing every state going its own way.
Right. And remember, there are some states that still have laws on the books banning abortion, just waiting for Roe to be overturned. So you're going to see, 20 or so states, maybe a little more, which are banning abortion outright. You're going to see the purple states, which may restrict abortion more than it is today. And then you may see in some of the blue states actually making it more accessible for abortion. But you're going to see it state by state decide, none of these sort of legal battles over the number of weeks.
That's to say, we don't know exactly when the final opinion is going to come out. We do know it's likely to have a big impact on the midterms.
George, the polling on this has been consistent. The majority of Americans believe that the Supreme Court should uphold Roe v. Wade. It's been that way for years, but abortion really has not been at the top of the list of concerns for voters in this country for a long time now. This was really shaping up to be a midterm about kitchen table issues on the economy and inflation, but we are now seeing Democrats using this already to really rally their base. This is just the start of what...
How are we going to rally the bases, by the way? What are they going to do? What are the bases supposed to do when they're rallied? Can someone tell me what the bases are going to do? You're missing so much content on Amber v. Depp thing, cocaine hidden in her private parts, and other twisted stuff's being discussed right now. Dude, you are literally a fucking 6-month subscriber. The right to for women to be able to fucking have autonomy over their own bodies is being taken away, and you're literally fucking losing your mind over an Amber Heard trial that we can watch again later, okay? Holy fuck. I mean, this is fundamentally important shit here. Jesus Christ, dude.
What's going to be a really heated
And the thing is, like, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna watch it, okay? But you're like, man, watch Amber Heard.
6 months to come.
Well, hey there.
Anyway, we already fucking actually. I'm probably gonna watch it now. Jesus Christ. Because I think I've covered it from all fucking angles, with the exception of, hold on, there was another thing that I was gonna talk about. What else was I going to say? There was some other shit that I wanted to talk about. Well-argued thread explains the most likely source of the league is a right-wing clerk hoping to lock in the radical Alito draft as new law. Yeah. So here is the possibility that it's a right-wing clerk on this thread. Supreme Court clerks, the kind of liberal students who end up at the court, are not an activist bunch. They are enormously risk-averse and rule-abiding. Hard to see how one of them blows their career out of the water in this way. What benefit? Leaking is much more the style of conservatives right now. Think about what Justice Thomas is doing as a model for a clerk here, making a mockery of the court's recusal rules regarding his wife's role in the January 6th coup attempts. Conservatives have shown that they're willing to break the public trust in the court to get their way. If you want the liberal view, read Justice Breyer's recent book. He literally called it The Peril of Politics. Conservatives also know that the leak will be blamed on the left, distracted from how devastating the reversal of Roe will be to the credibility of the court. The career consequences of someone found out are far smaller on the right than left too, I'd wager. There's no way. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is like a brave fucking liberal clerk that leaked it or a right-wing psycho who did it. And I've talked about that already in the beginning. Could be. It could be either. It's ultimately doesn't matter to me.